Hi there, stranger. It's been a long time. You may not know who I am anymore because I said, you'll hear from me soon, and then I disappeared for a year. But hi, I'm alive, and if you've forgotten who I am, I'm Sam. I'm an artist and I do mostly water media, and I'm best known probably for the Blood Moon Tarot, and I also do work for Magic the Gathering. If you want to see more of my behind the scenes work and my process and my inspirations, I highly recommend Patreon. I'll put a link in the description down below. Patreon's really great because basically folks help fund my personal projects, which, you know, it's difficult to work on because I don't get paid while I'm making them. I have to work for clients and stuff. So you help me make more cool art, I show you the art. It's a great exchange. I love it. Check it out. And if you are able to join and want to support me, that is really awesome. But of course, put yourself first. If you are unable to contribute in a financial capacity, please don't. You can always share my work, leave comments, and, you know, support me in that way as well, which I really, really appreciate. I love being able to share my work, and I want you to be happy. I want to be happy. Yeah. So, I'm back. Hi. And yeah, I disappeared last year because I moved, which is, you know, a huge thing. I'm happy to be where I am now. And then I caught COVID for the first time, and it made me really sick. I barely worked for 6 months or so, but I am happy to say that I'm doing a lot better, and I'm not 100%, but I'm very happy to be where I'm at. Some other good news, I'm working on a personal project. I started working on this Oracle deck, which I don't have a name for yet. That I think will come in time. But this project started years ago, actually, before I even finished my tarot deck. It's gone through a lot of iterations in that early beginning process, but I've arrived at a place where I know what I would like to do with this project, and I feel good enough to start making art for it, obviously. So what I want to do with this project, it started off as I wanted to take this as an opportunity to further explore some of the symbols from the Blood Moon Tarot. But I also just want to do some really weird art and explore my imagination and get a little more darker, a little more dreamy, and let the art lead the process, if that makes sense. So, for example, with a tarot deck, there's already a established structure. But with an oracle deck, there is no structure. I get to create everything from the ground up. And so with the tarot, well, there was a lot of research and writing before I got into the art side of things. With this process, I'm trying to start with the art. I'm trying to spend time in my imagination, exploring imagery, leaving space and seeing what my imagination comes up with, revisiting dreams that I've had and the imagery from those. And once I do the art, I do take notes, but my plan is to do the art and then spend time with the art once it's done and write more once I have a collection of cards already done. And I think that will allow me to see connections between the art and maybe find narratives and storylines in it. I think this is a really fun and creative way to approach this process compared to my process with the tarot deck. You were probably curious about this first card that I'm doing. This is an exploration of the symbol of the moth, which I used a lot in the Blood Moon Tarot. I only had keywords for this card when I started it. I tried to go the research route and tried to write things up, but it just wasn't working for me, and instead I sat down with a piece of paper and I just started drawing. And I had been experiencing some creative block, but just starting with the drawing instead of trying to come up with ideas and almost like, feel like my idea was good enough or perfect or met some kind of expectation. I just went for it, and that helped me get rid of that artist block, and I think wound up giving me a more interesting image than if I had tried to overly plan for what I wanted to do. The working name for this card is The One Who Travels Night. That might change by the time that I'm done all the cards and I'm ready to publish the deck, but for now, that's what I call it. If you want to see more of the process and the early sketches and color studies, I have a full behind the scenes post over on my Patreon, and as I said before, the link will be in the description below, so you can go check that out. And you're probably wondering, hey Sam, so when are you actually going to print a second edition of the Blood Moon Tarot? I probably get weekly emails asking me that. So unfortunately, I don't have a ton of news about that as far as exact dates or anything, but I can say that I have found a publisher to work with. I've signed a contract, and I'm just kind of waiting for their design team to be ready to work with me. And I think that might be happening soon, but I'm not sure. As soon as I have some solid dates or information to give you, some kind of updates or news to share, I will happily do so. I'm really, really excited to print a second edition, and I'm hoping to make it a little different than the first edition. That way, everybody who got the first edition feels like they have something very special and unique. And they supported like a massive personal project of mine. So I want that first edition to stay kind of special. And then the second edition will have all the same art, but there will be some special and unique things about it. So to sort of separate it from the first edition. But yeah, as soon as I have news on that, I will let you know. But yeah, so when I say you'll hear from me again soon, I do mean it this time, because I'm working on a personal project. So I'm hoping to get several cards done this year, and I'm hoping to record them and document the process and bring you along while I make a whole oracle deck. It should be pretty fun. Again, thank you so much to my patrons who support me and help me make time to spend working on these personal projects. It means I don't really have like words that summarize how grateful I am for the help. I do hope you enjoy all my posts that I make for you guys, and yeah, I will see you soon. Thank you so much.